Hey everybody, thanks for watching A Guy Doing Stuff. I'm Adam and today I'm going to be installing the fret wire. When I ordered my fretboard, I had them cut the slots for me because I wanted the measurements to be really precise, so I kind of already skipped the slot cutting step. I also had them put a radius on the fretboard, but when I was installing the fret markers, I kind of sanded the radius out a little bit. So I spent a couple hours this week sanding it with a radius block to make sure the fretboard was perfectly flat and that the radius was consistent along the entire board. I also filed the sharp edges off of each slot because that's supposed to make the installation process a little bit easier. I'm using this nickel silver fret wire for my frets. It has a crown and a little tang with studs on it. You hammer the tang into the slots and then the studs are supposed to keep it down secure. Installing these things is a little bit nerve-wracking because I have to hammer them onto this thing that I've invested quite a bit of time into. I have a couple towels on hand that I'm using to pad the back, and I also put some thin pieces of cardboard right here and some paper down to protect the spruce soundboard. For everything above the 12th fret, I stack up a couple 2x4s and put a towel over them. This supports the neck from underneath so I can bang on it with this dead blow mallet and it doesn't damage the back or put any weird stress anywhere along other parts of the guitar. I start by clipping a piece that's a little bit longer than the width of the fretboard. I stick the tang in the slot and put one finger on the middle and another finger on one end. I hammer the free end one time, then switch to the other side and hit that end too. From here, I hammer it several times all along the fret to make sure it's seated down all the way. Once it is, I put a drop of CA glue on both sides to secure it. Here's that process again. I cut it a little bit long, lightly press it in with my fingers, bang one side, bang the other side, bang it a bunch of times, and drop some glue on it. I've always used this sequence and I've been really careful doing it, so I've actually never messed it up. But I think an easy mistake to make would be to hit the middle first, because if you did that, I think it'd be hard to get the whole thing seated properly with the radius. The first 12 frets are no problem because you can just use the 2x4s to support the back, but once you get to the heel transition area, you have to be a little bit more careful. I put a thin piece of wood under the heel for frets 13 through 16. But once I get to the 17th fret, there's no heel block backing it inside the body. At this point, you have to find some way to support the area you're hammering. I put this little thing together. It's just a threaded adjustable foot thing for a cabinet or something attached to a piece of scrap wood. I can put it inside the body and unscrew it till it's tight against the soundboard and back. It's kind of hard to get a good shot on camera, but there are a bunch of coals I put in too to avoid putting all the pressure on any one brace inside. Once I think I have it backed with enough support, I go ahead and bang the rest of the frets in. Okay, I got all the frets in without hammering a hole in the guitar. It's looking pretty good so far. Now all I gotta do is clean up the ends a little bit. I clip all the ends as close as I can get to the edge. Then I use this special fret file to file them flush to the edge of the neck. This file is kind of expensive, but it's really nice for this job. I'll put a link to it in my video description. Once I get the frets flush, I hold it at a slight angle and put a really slight bevel on all the ends. I still have to do some filing and polishing on these things, but I'm gonna call it good for now. In my next video, I'm gonna be attaching the bridge, and then I think after that, I'm gonna start doing the finish. So we're getting really close to being done. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you to Worksharp Tools for sponsoring this video series. And don't forget to hit subscribe to stay up to date on my videos.